3 ways to add more space to your journals. You can find the most unusual things. Here's a really bright envelope that I found. And then this is a thank you card with this really cool fish, which I kind of like, and some scrap pieces of paper. So this one actually has some pen marks on it. I happen to really love this fish. Fish mean prosperity. So I like to save, especially when they're this cool, these images. So I end up with this much left. What I want to do now is clearly I don't want to really see this. I'm going to use some gesso on top of it to cover up the writing. This, which is a hotel key card, and I'm going to dip it in my gesso. And my goal really is just to cover up the writing. But once I put paint over top, that's going to all disappear underneath anyway. So I'm going to let this dry now. For this very bright envelope, I found this scrap piece of paper I had on my desk. So I'm just going to, I love the torn look. So I'm just going to kind of finish tearing this. Not so perfect. That's not what I'm going for here. But I want to tear off this little bit of white. So I'm just going to take some glue and just glue this right on here, just so there's something already on there. I just used a glue stick. If you think this isn't sticking down, sometimes I just take a rag and I just really give it a good push down. Okay, with this piece of card stock, I'm going to take this paper and I'm just going to glue this right on here. I covered it up and gessoed it so this stuff wouldn't show through. I did do both sides. And I'm not going to quite put it up to the edge of the bend. So this would be the bend piece. I'm leaving a little bit of space there. Just push down with your cloth, rub it on there. I am just going to take my ruler and rip the edge off. Third and final thing, I decided I have this index card. I used watercolor on this just to color one side, and I'm going to leave this side like this. Now, this is a very inexpensive index card. You can see how flimsy it is, that there's not much body, but I'm still going to use this. We're going to use this for writing, so I'm going to leave this like this. So I'm going to take this envelope, and I'm going to glue it to this side of the journal. So the first one is, we're going to take this, and we're going to glue it into here. I don't want to go right up to that edge because honestly, we want to leave a little tiny space so that it has room to move back and forth a little bit. Now you're saying to yourself, maybe you're saying to yourself, ugh, well, what do you do with this page? You could decorate, paint, or whatever around this. You could use this as a space on this side to write on, or you could just incorporate this into whatever design you're going to put over here. You could gesso over top of this and kind of make this go away in the background. So there's a lot of options. Now, you want to make sure you don't have glue sticking out so your pages don't glue together. This is why this idea helps a little bit. You're wiping up any glue that might be overreaching a little bit. And now you have this side. And when it dries and bonds, it's going to be all secure. And you can stick whatever you want in this envelope right here, right anywhere on here, and you have a nice addition for added space in your journal. An easy way to add space is to have a card like this with a little bit of a fold. We're going to take this and I'm going to put glue right on here. You can then decorate this side. You could decorate before you even put it in if you wanted to. So you don't want to put it right up against the spine of your book. You want to leave a little bit of room. So I'm going to kind of go here and push this down. You have this. You could do a lot of things with this. You can put tape over this, incorporate this into any design you do here. You could easily make this a collage page if you're worried about it, and then collage over top of this. So, but here's adding space. Idea number 2. You don't want to add too many like this because it will push your spine out. Now you could see as you use these books, they get quite thick with things in them. So I wouldn't add more than 1 or 2 of these if you didn't want this, because it will break your spine if you do too many. I love my book chunky, and you can see there's still room here for me to do more things. So this is the card that I watercolored and just left it like this. This idea is to use some washi tape. So I happen to have the washi tape that I used here. All I do is take a piece of washi and I run it halfway, if I can. Just rip off this extra because you don't want to go beyond the edge of this card for this one. I'm going to put it on the edge. Now you could put these anywhere in your book. A lot of people call these tip-ins. So when I think I've got it where it should be, I make sure that it's lined up. Oh, you could see it here. And I'm going to add it just like this. And I'm going to push this down and then it becomes a tip out like that. I'm going to add a little more washi on this side so it really secures this in. And I don't worry that it's going to overlap with the first piece. Now I'm doing this on camera, so I'm a little less than perfect. You can say I've got a little edge, but you can be more careful or you can do the whole piece in one piece. So I just trimmed off the extra. That's all I'm doing. This is a tip-in. It's called a tip-in, and it's very easy to add these. You could stagger them, some at the bottom and some at the top. This will make your book thicker also over time. But honestly, this is the beauty to these books, is they have this nice elastic. This is the beauty to me of an art journal right here. All this stuff sticking out. This makes me uber happy. All these add to my journal. It's my personality, things I love. Let me know if you like these, if you'll use any of these in your art journal. Let me know if you have other ideas. Let us know in the comments. Okay, everybody, have a great day.